Hi, how are you? This is Zita, your guiding luminary. Thank you for joining me today. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I've had a few clients come to me and ask if I can perhaps do a typical client reading I do when I meet someone for the first time so that you can have a better understanding of what the process is like. Typically, the reading takes about an hour, but it goes anywhere from 15 minutes to about an hour and 15 minutes. I do record it on Zoom and send it to you after the session so that you can review it. So you can focus while I'm doing it with you live. And what I do in the reading is I go over into the subconscious, into the past life, or something that's happened to the past leading up to the moment I meet with you as a client. So typically I go into your past life and then I try to get a better understanding of what happened to you, what are your challenges, and perhaps there's something from this life or from this experience in this life that you need to address, and it's part of your life purpose or a life lesson. From there, I go into a strategy and healing suggestions and directions to help you navigate to anything that might be blocking you so that you can move forward with confidence and love and gratitude. So today I decided to do a mini version of that reading. So each one should take about 20 or 30 minutes, but I'll let it go as the cards guide me. And so for you, I've decided to take out 3 piles. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I will give you a few seconds to review the piles to see which one resonates with you. Sometimes you can have more than one pile, or perhaps all 3 resonate with you at this point in time, because I firmly believe we've had many lives, and sometimes there's a lot of lessons for us to learn. And as we learn these lessons, our spirits, our souls grow and ascend. So take a few seconds again. I will put the timestamps below for you to look at. And without further ado, let's begin. Okay, for those who picked pile number 1, this reading is for you. And those who picked pile number 1, the crystal assigned to that is the tiger's eye. And typically this crystal you would put just above your navel, your belly button. And this gives you the energy to become creative, to be courageous, to tackle different challenges you may be encountering in your life. And I found that this crystal kind of resembled the chest on this turtle's back. So I put it together and we'll see what this reading does for us. But the first feeling I'm getting is that you are navigating through a very emotional time. There's a lot of love around you. There's a lot of inspiration. You can see all these little sparks. I hope you can see the little sparks, the stars, there's butterflies, there's hearts. There's a big treasure here full of gold. There's a huge star as well. And you can see this turtle or turtle navigating very calmly through the waters. And as you know, in Treasure Island, he perhaps went onto the island, found this chest, so he hit the jackpot, won the lottery, and it's a great, great, great time in his life. And perhaps he's done something great, perhaps you've done something great, and it's time for you to be rewarded. Perhaps you've been very courageous in addressing some very important issues that were in your life, and you didn't cower, run away from your challenges and responsibilities, and you took them head on. And in doing so, you are ending a cycle. If you look at the number 9 here, you're coming to the end of a cycle, and you are being rewarded by the universe because you accomplished one of your challenges, and you are being rewarded by the universe. So you may get it in a form of love, balance with your family or loved one, or inspiration with new projects coming forward, or also you might be blessed with actual financial wealth. And you've got them all. Chances are, I see a little face here. So your higher self is telling you, well done. You've done a great job. And here are your blessings. So let's see what you've done or will be doing to deserve this. Okay, so I'm just going to move this a little bit to the side and use this as a reference point. And in looking at your past life, so these cards talk about your past life. I pre-shuffle to save us a little bit of time because I find sometimes the way I work is I like when the cards jump and flip themselves. I feel there's this beautiful energy that's interacting with me, and I find that very inspiring because I feel like I'm not doing these readings alone, that I'm being divinely guided. So what it seems like in your previous life, first of all, there's two things that are very important here that are not really earthly. There's an angel here and there's a galactic. So for many of you, you come from higher realm, depending on your belief system. You might be a God spark with also an angel spark. You are probably from another galactic planet. You can be a Pleiadian, Lyran, from Sirius B, Andromedan. There's many places from the universe you may be coming into this earth, or why you've come to this earth. So you are being divinely guided because you are someone who's very highly spiritual, and chances are you probably lived here when Yeshua or Jesus Christ, depending how you refer to him, actually walked the earth. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're someone who's very outspoken, because you have a tremendous wisdom around you. So this is where this courage came in. You needed to go out and speak out. During the biblical times, this must have been a very difficult time for you, because not too many people, because during the Roman Empire, it was ruled by the Romans, of course, and they were very dictatorial, and they kind of commanded the law of the land. And there were many people who were outspoken and leaders who were trying to go against his ruling. And many of the followers of Jesus or Yeshua were Essenes. And perhaps you were an Essene at that time, or perhaps you're someone who's very spiritual in this time because you believe in God, you believe in the Creator, you believe in the God spark, and you're willing to share your teachings with others. And this has been a lot of work, because in that life, you probably sacrificed a lot to get you to where you are today. And you're bringing into this life many of those expertise and experiences. And this is why you might be a little more advanced. So you're probably a very old soul. You're a very powerful soul who has a lot to share with the universe. And sometimes you might have these downloads of information. You don't even know where you get it, because you're just an ascended soul, perhaps an ascended master as well. And you've come here to help humanity in many different ways. And one of them is being a spiritual teacher. So you could be a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, psychiatrist. You could be a nurse. You could be a mentor or a coach, or you can be a lot of these together. And you believe in your faith. You have an understanding from where you come, and you bring from that area of life your teachings to earth to try to make earth a better place to be. And you bring it with a lot of love and grace and angelic presence. There's always this aura around you. There's this God spark behind you. You can see there's a spark here, and there's many sparks from the different stars, just as there are stars here. So you're definitely one of these angelic beings that have come here, perhaps a starseed, if not, perhaps even an angelic spark, to come and help and try to raise the vibration. So in your teachings, you're probably the type of person where people come to you in the middle of nowhere, complete strangers, start talking to you, because there's something about you that they feel they can trust you, and they have faith that you will not judge them. So they come to you and they offload their problems. They'll be in the middle of vacation. This has happened to me many, many times. I remember even once on a cruise ship in Mexico, a woman sat next to me and she just offloaded all her problems for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and poof, I never saw her again. But I'm sure she felt better. I still remember the experience. I'm glad I was able to help her and give her the advice she needed to move forward and grow in her relationships. So this is very inspiring. Chances are you're going to be here, or you are here, or your next leg of your journey is to be a guide, a leader, a mentor, a spiritual leader, whatever you feel comfortable calling yourself. You have the grace and the confidence, and people are inspired because they trust you. So you're a powerful leader, probably brought down here for a divine purpose. And you've been here many times, including when Yeshua was walking on the earth. So you might be also someone who's religious, who goes to church, but not necessarily, because we all have our values. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you do what you think is best for you and you help humanity. So the next thing is your life purpose. And what I did is I pulled out a few cards here again. And isn't that interesting how the cards kind of line up? So you are definitely here to perhaps encourage people to find ways to connect with the higher realms. Here they're suggesting yoga, but there's many other forms. It could be yoga, there could be meditation, there could be Reiki, hypnosis. So you're here to try to bring a new way or help guide people to center themselves, to calm themselves down, and to listen to messages from the universe. If you could see, both of them happen to have their hands open up to the universe. So they're sending out their love energies, looking for information and guidance to come back from the universe. So you are definitely looking for inspiration, for guidance, and hoping to perhaps better people in their journey, in their struggles. And you're being encouraged to polish your skills by practicing regularly. Being this angelic being, you might have been a bit detached from the earthly experience because you're kind of vibrating at a different level. So you're being encouraged to, through this meditation and there's prayer, to practice this more so that you will be able to perfect your gift. Because in practicing this gift, you will encourage others to heal. So you might be an angel who can play music. Your words can be music, so you can write songs, you can sing. Whatever your gift is, maybe you're an artist, a painter of some kind, a dancer, or a builder. You could have been a builder, as you can see here. This person's building, so you could have been a builder. Whatever it is, you're being encouraged to study this gift because, as I mentioned earlier, as a high priestess, you have a lot of wisdom that you can share with the universe. And you're being asked to come back here to remember, because the key to your life purpose is to share this light and love that you come from the angels up above, so you can share it from your heart. So your purpose here says your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. Just as I mentioned earlier, so as a priestess and this God spark angel from this other planet and from heaven, you've been guided to come down here to help people in focusing and centering themselves so that they can progress and be happier in their lives, find healing, and consider themselves more whole. Because many times people, when they go into dark spaces, they feel shattered and fragmented. So in practicing and studying what you need to do to help yourself to elevate your knowledge, to try to remember all these important teachings, because as you can see from the biblical times, perhaps you were a scribe or a writer or a builder, doesn't matter, but you have something to learn because you're very wise. So perhaps you have these teachings that you yourself have participated in the past, and you are being encouraged to try and share them in this life. So the next cards that are coming out are basically your strategy or your challenges, or how you can perhaps address them. It may be that right now you might be a little stuck in your ways. There may be something that's preventing you from manifesting this life that is being encouraged. Perhaps you're not meditating enough. Perhaps you're not studying. You're not learning. And you're blocking this energy and this information, just as these two beings are inviting information. And you can see upright, he himself has his hands up. Isn't that amazing, the coincidences? I think it's just wonderful, pile number one. Wonderful. You're truly a gift from God, because as a magical map shifter, you are divinely gifted to help people start and materialize. So you have the potential to be a master manifester. You have this magical aura about you. You are a high priestess or priest. You're a spiritual being who's come here to do this for us. And when you start to practice a bit more, you'll be able to bring people together, because right now people seem to be falling apart. They're being drawn and torn to different parts of the world. You can see people fighting against each other, mother against father, brother with sister, husband and wife, and colleagues at work, and people in the different communities and different groups. They're fighting one another. So things are falling apart. So you're being guided with this angelic presence to practice what you know that is within you, and to get further learning done so that you can share this light and love to help bring people together again, so they feel more whole and they're better in what they can try to move forward and make Earth a better place and make their lives much more fulfilling, their family matters much happier, they can enjoy their lives, they can enjoy their work and leisure time. So you're, again, powerful. Here's another Wizard of Awareness card. And isn't it amazing how this is like two wizards, two magicians on either side of the bookcase here, surrounding the coming apart, because you here are not seeing. You see, he even has a blindfold on. So you're not seeing what is the power you have within you. Your hands have this divine gift, this power where they can receive from the universe to help with the power to bring them together, bring people together, bring communities together, friends, families, and co-workers together. But you're still thinking, if you could see both of these men, isn't that interesting how that happens? I find it fascinating, pile number one. So I see two things here. You got two men, which is just symbolic of masculine energy. So you're given, or you're gifted with masculine energy, which is a little more driven, more present, more presentable, more assertive energy, where again here you have the capacity to make things happen. And in the three wheels here, you can see that you're starting, you're going round and round and round. As you get further away from the center, you are growing spiritually. And in this circle here, you see that it's right above his head, so there's a spark there, and he's holding a staff, and there's also magical imagery around the staff, and at the very end there's a spark and all this burst of energy and stars and light coming out, just like we see the light here, and all the light emanating here, and very specifically right over the treasure box. So you are definitely guided. You're definitely an angel or angel-like presence with all this energy, all this love, all this light. It's amazing. I'm sure, pile number one, when you walk into the room or any room or a forum where you're about to speak or you talk, people just gravitate on you, and I'm sure your aura just glows, This is beautiful. I wish I could meet you. I would love to have some of your beautiful energy. It's very soft, very delicate. You're a very hard worker. You can see this man, he's working really, really hard. So I'm not sure if you're a male or female. It doesn't really matter. It's the masculine energy that is hard at work, as it is here. However, there's a beautiful balance where there's also quite a few female presence. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 women, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 men, and 5 women. So you're a very well balanced being where you have a strong masculine side and a strong feminine side, where you are able to balance yourself, you're able to balance energies, and you're able to share information, because you are very wise as this owl, and you can see this owl is looking right at us in the camera. So this owl is not shy, it's not afraid, it knows what it wants to say. He's the one that's learning. So this is your soul that's come here and is guiding you to what you need to read, what you need to learn, so that you can practice and you can share it with humanity. And as I said earlier, you have this tremendous capacity to manifest. You're just thinking, what am I going to do next? What is my next step? What is my purpose? Well, according to this reading, your purpose will be divinely rewarded if you help people spiritually and emotionally. And when you help them to focus on healing, loving themselves, being more caring to themselves or family, pets, and the light from their heart chakra will just burst open just like it does for you. Okay, so this is beautiful. The next one is some of the things that will be coming your way, the energy that's driven around you. Isn't that beautiful? So, like the Treasure Island card, you are going to be divinely rewarded for everything you're going to be doing here on earth. This is one of the nicest decks. It's like the Sun card of the tarot deck. The number 2 signifies unity. You will be able to help others, so it's not about yourself. And in helping others, you will be divinely guided. You see the divine light coming in. Again, more light. Light. So before you were getting spiritual light, now you have the actual sunlight coming in to help you to shine the light. And there will be a transformation coming into your life within you very shortly, as it can be signified by this little butterfly, that in helping others, you'll be able to heal their hearts, because a lot of people are stuck in their ways. They turn away from the divine source because they're heartbroken. Perhaps you yourself have lived a recent heartbreak. But if you look carefully, the number 9 means you are at the end of your grieving process. It's time for you to move forward and to mend this broken heart. And this was a serious breakup. It could have been a death of a significant partner, a parent, or a child, and you were really heartbroken. You need to give yourself a little bit of patience to heal and help those around you to heal. And oh, this is just so interesting. You see the little clock here? It's saying it's time for you to heal. And with this crystal, this is the crystal, the tiger's eye, that you would put directly on your little belly button. That's exactly where this crystal belongs. So I'm just going to put it there for a minute for some healing. And actually, I'm going to put a rose quartz for the heart, which I have just here by me. And that will help with the actual heartbreak and the healing and the grieving and the breakup, whatever you're doing, whatever's happening right now in your life. And the final card in your reading is the garden and the gate. So you're in this beautiful garden, or this person is in this beautiful garden, as you can see, this little girl. It's upside down, so I'll just turn it up, right side up for you to see. Now she's looking out of the garden, and she's not seeing the light. She's not seeing the beautiful butterflies. So maybe you're resisting the change. You're not quite ready for the change, but there's lots of butterflies. There's even a third one there. There's a lot of change, and there's nothing but prosperity waiting for you. There's more light on the other side. The number 3 is really important. It could be something that can become a lot of fun for you to do, because this is something that is very heart-centered, that you enjoy doing. And for some reason right now you're blocking it. You're not quite ready. Maybe there's still some little grieving that has to finalize, that you need to let go to some degree so that you can move forward. And she has a key here. If you look, there's a key to the gate. So you're not locked in this life. Your heart will never be broken. Use the key to open the gate and move forward to see what else is waiting for you on the other side. As this person here, her heart light, pray for healing and pray and help others for their healing, because this is where there's a lot of pain coming into your life, and probably to people around you. But your purpose is here is to help them to create and manifest this healing of light, because as you are a starseed and guided by the angels, you are a high priestess who has been inspired and been around in a previous life in the biblical time to help humanity to find the love and light so that they can move forward. You may need to find and read some spiritual books, psychology books, self-help books. Practice meditation, practice grounding yourself, practice compassion, practice self-love, and then you'll be able to unify people. And then in this process, you'll be warmly and beautifully rewarded by the universe. So if you do want to change your career to become a psychologist or a therapist, you are perfectly suited for this. What you've done in the past life, you were divinely gifted and rewarded. And in this life, the same will happen. So what I'm going to suggest is I'm going to look at your heart chakra, or not your heart, my chakra deck, to see if there's not an additional message for you, and see what more the universe is trying to share. I'm just going to put this over here, and let's see the final message. To help heal that broken heart, to give you the inspiration, the motivation to help others heal, help others find their spiritual selves, to raise their vibrations with self-love, self-care, and forgiveness. Without forgiveness, it's harder to process and overcome obstacles. After all, we are all human. We've hurt others. Others have helped us. We have to hurt us, I should say. And of course, others have helped us. So you are guided here to be a healer, to heal these broken hearts. And having lived broken heart, you understand the pain that others have lived. Okay. So let's see. Sometimes they can be kind of stubborn. This is why I like to do them before. Do this before, because as you can see, pile number 1, there's an important message. And sometimes, there we go, finally, more than one pops up. So, sound, music. If there's too much music around, you're being encouraged to stop and have silence, to listen to some right vibrations, some rhythm. So perhaps you can practice more yoga, meditation. I find that these two cards go together. Perhaps you'd be a great yoga teacher. Perhaps you're being encouraged to study yoga or meditation to help others. Whatever it is you are attracted to or your heart clings to, put on some music. If you're going through a difficult time, listen to some heartfelt vibrational music on YouTube at 532 hertz or higher, so that you can attract the energy to help your healing, to help your heart close. Perhaps, as I see the blue around, and the blue color here is usually associated with your throat chakra. So perhaps you're being encouraged to sing. If you love a lot of music, that's a beautiful thing to do. And if you don't feel comfortable singing, listen to some soft, silent music or low music so that you can practice some yoga, some meditation. Listen to the rhythm as well and the vibrations of the songs, because that's really very important, because it's not only the words that we hear in the music. Many times you'll just hear a melody and all of a sudden your body just vibrates beautifully and in peace, and you just close your eyes and you can go into a trance. So listen to the words, yes, but more importantly, listen to some music. If perhaps in the yoga to do a meditation where you can close your eyes, and it's a guided meditation that guides you through the different chakras in your body system to help you relax and release any tensions and any pain that is within you. So that is all for now. If you'd like a personal reading, as I mentioned earlier, feel free to reach out to me. My information is in the description below. My website's izita.ca, and all the information regarding my readings are there. So I look forward to hearing from you. So I hope this resonated. With love and light, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Okay, for those who picked pile number 2, this reading is for you. And in this card, it was covered by the red jasper, and I was drawn to the color because the same color popped into this blanket that's on the back of this llama. You can see that. It's pretty much the same color. And the red jasper is a crystal that is used for healing for your base chakra. And your base chakra typically represents the foundation of your life, your family, your attitude towards money, love, relationships, planning your future. So it's the foundation and structure of your home life and preparing and building for your future life as an adult. So if you do have a very strong family background, it prepares you better and to have a much more loving and happier family life, a more structured environment. And what I'm feeling right now with this card is, it's so funny. I feel like you've been kind of monkeying around, kind of goofing around or playing around, and maybe not taking life as seriously as you could, or you've been hung up. Maybe he looks like he's been hanging on to something, so it's a symbol that it was hanging from the tree. So you feel like you may have been left hanging in a situation, and now you're confronted and you don't know where to go. You know, it's funny, the first time I looked at the card, I only saw 2 arrows. Now I see 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all these arrows are pointing in different areas, as you can see. And this poor llama is just standing there, and you can almost see him asking, oh my gosh, what do I do now? I'm at the fork, and which path do I take? So you have a choice to either listen to the little monkey at the top of the post, or, which I noticed just now, there's a wise owl there. So perhaps you're being encouraged to take the time to think carefully on your next steps. You're looking for guidance on your next steps. And it looks like you're feeling alone. There's a big spark over here, but the llama's looking away. So I get the feeling this is you. You're not seeing the light. You're just kind of blinded, not knowing what to do. So let's see what this is all about. I'll put it over here. Okay. So from your past life, these are the cards that came out. Let's see if I can just center these a little better so that they all fit in the camera. Have them nicely aligned for you so it looks nice and pretty. So I find the alignment is important because it helps you focus. And also the way the cards drop, there's cross references that I usually make. So it looks like you're feeling alone right now. It could possibly be you were orphaned in a previous life, or you feel growing up in this life, you're alone. So this resonates really well with this crystal because, like I said, there seems to be like an unstable foundation in your life. Perhaps one of your parents, although there's a mother figure here with unrequited love, it's not clear if it's your mother or your father. I'm seeing more of a parental figure. So it can definitely be your mother, or it could be your grandmother or an aunt, or it can be the feminine energy from a male coming through that you were trying to gain the attention from. So for example, you could, although there's a little girl depicted here, so you might be a little boy and you didn't get the love that you wanted from your mother. Or you could be that little girl who never got the love from her mother or father as well. So being a boy or girl, it doesn't really matter because there's a masculine feminine energy, very youthful masculine or feminine energy here that was definitely hurt and abandoned, or you're still feeling abandoned. So you could be 30, 50, or 60 years old and you feel like you were abandoned by your parent. You could have physically been abandoned by your parent putting you up for adoption, or your parent could have died, or your parents could have died, or you always feel like they were never there for you. And it seems that this may have been from one of your lives in Asia, where you were abandoned or given up for an adoption. I know in the 70s and 80s, I believe, a lot of the little girls that were born there were given up for adoption. So I'm not sure this would apply to many people, but there might be a slight possibility you are this little Asian girl that was given up for adoption in the 20th century, or perhaps in previous lives, your parents were not there, perhaps due to famine or war, they died, or you didn't get the love you wanted, so someone else took care of you. And in that life or in this life, you could still be Asian, have an Asian background. So you can be Indian, you can be from Cambodia, you can be from Thailand, you can be from China, Japan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, or this is where one of your lives transpired prior to this incarnation. And this is something that's very dominant and important because you've probably written about this, or you are someone who likes to write. So you could have been there in this previous life, and you could have been a priest, because if you look at the way this statue is draped, it looks like they may have been probably like a Buddhist monk. And actually, when you look at it here, it may look like he's holding on to a scroll. Isn't that interesting? So he's actually, or it is actually, there's a scroll in the hands, and there's scrolls here. So perhaps you were someone, or you are currently someone who loves to write, or you have an aptitude for writing, for reading, for translating, for communications. And if none of those really apply, the other thing may be you're being encouraged to write about your feelings and how this makes you feel that your parents are not there for you, they're not sharing their joy for you, and because of how your parents treated you either in that life or in this life, you feel lost and don't have the guidance, and you don't know what to do next. You are an old soul. You have a lot of wisdom, as you can see by the owl. You've come to a fork in the road. Perhaps you're thinking of going back to school. You want to start a new business, or perhaps you're looking to get married, or you want to travel or buy a home. And there's something important that's happening. There's a transition happening in your life. And as in the past, it is happening again now, that there was someone there who was not there for you and is not there for you now, and you're hoping that this person, if they're still here, perhaps your parents are gone, you can still write to them or talk to them and ask them to give you some love and support and some guidance, and open yourself up to the energy to give you instruction or support as to where you should go next. So the next card row that I'll put out is the cards for your life purpose here. When I noticed another card I'll put it over here, Celtic. So perhaps you could also have been or are Irish or from Britain, or you like Celtic music. You could be also someone who's very spiritual. So in this life here, you were very spiritual, and in this life here, you're also spiritual. So both lives are very significant in the fact that you are very spiritual. Perhaps your parents put you in an orphanage. Perhaps you went into the nunnery, or you became a priest. It was quite traditional. Like the first boys often in the Catholic religion would be asked to go to become a priest and not marry. So perhaps you're very, very spiritual, or you were a Buddhist. So this is important for us to know as well. You are someone who's being faced with a decision. You've come here to build something very important. It can be very contemporary in the sense that it means very traditionally that you're here as a builder, you're in the real estate industry, you build homes, or you build parks. You are someone who builds physical things, or you repair things, but you can also be someone who builds things spiritually. As you can see, he is looking into the future, looking for an answer, perhaps, what should I build next? We have a little being in the back here, and that kind of looks angelic. Yes, you can see the white wings. So this angel here is building something. as this angel here is looking to the future and asking himself, what should I build? And you can see he's an Egyptian because of the shawl on his head, and there's a little band around his forehead with a little snake. So this reminds me perhaps of an Egyptian builder. Perhaps you were instrumental in building pyramids in a previous life. And you may have been orphaned at that time. Or you're looking to build something, a business, a relationship, a family. So this is where you're at crossroads. What is very beautiful in this reading is that you have the freedom right now to make this decision. You need to try to break yourself from this free by being attached to your parents. You are a very, very, very sensitive soul and you have always been looking to your parental approval, being your actual parents or your grandparents, whoever were your significant people raising you and caring for you, that you're looking to have them approve to build something, and you need to break yourself free from this, because regardless of what they say, you have your own path. Yes, this means a lot to you to have their support, but you've been at it for a long time on your own. You've probably written songs, or you love to sing songs about love and healing. And here it says your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. Perhaps you want to build, a music studio, or you can become a teacher. So you build a school for musicians. And you're looking to find an opportunity in your career to bring fairness and protections to others who need help. So as I mentioned earlier, you're very smart, you're very gifted, you're very spiritual, and you've come here to build something of great importance. You're looking to build a legacy. You don't just want to build something for the sake of building something. You don't want to build just a building. You might build maybe a daycare system or a school or something. You have this divine guidance. And see, like here, there's a temple. Perhaps you build a temple. Perhaps you build in the pyramids or this church in Ireland. You're definitely a builder, and you've come here to find justice, to help others in your community. So it's not just about you. You're here to help maybe the children, to actually help them find a place for them. Perhaps build an orphanage or a safe house for children who need love and support from people who are willing to help and support them. And you're just not sure how to go about doing this. Wow, pile number 2. This is a divine mission you have in life. But you have a lot of wisdom. If you look at, there's these dolphins popping out of the ocean. They are coming out to welcome this angel. So you are going to be divinely guided and supported with people around you. So don't feel alone in this decision. Like I said earlier, here's an owl. Even the monkey may even help you look at, like, maybe the monkey may help you by monkeying around to tell you what not to do. So instead of 5 decisions, the monkey will help you narrow down to 2 or 3 so you can build what you're looking to do. I would encourage you to listen to music, write the music, or write in your journal while listening to music, or listen to the words of the music or a song that comes on the radio or on TV, whatever medium you're using. And perhaps there's some words of inspiration to guide you, to move you forward in your mission here. So the next card row, I'm going to share with you perhaps an open strategy on your next steps, what you can look at to explore to move forward. And it's funny, you have dolphins here again. There's 1, 2, 3 dolphins. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3. And they've come out of the water just like these 3 dolphins. My gosh, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So perhaps you're from Series B. There's a lot of dolphin-like souls. And unfortunately, the card came upside down, which means you are stuck. You're feeling like you can't ride the wave of joy. You're not enjoying yourself because you don't feel this freedom. There's something that's tying you down. So you're not free. You are free, but you're not free yourself. You're mentally captivated. You can see in her head, on her face here, she's thinking. You can see this expression, pondering, what should I do? What should I do next? Of course, this is a child, so this child doesn't know what to do because they're only a child. But here you are as an adult. You're still looking forward. And isn't it funny? They're both facing the same way. You're both looking out for guidance and assistance. So because you're not sure what you're doing, you're not enjoying the beauty that's awaiting you. There's going to be a tremendous change coming in your life. Tremendous change. You can go through a metamorphosis. Perhaps you're in a little cocoon, and here we go. Here's some butterflies. So as I mentioned, you probably, to really go through a metamorphosis, the caterpillar almost technically has to kind of die before it can open up the lava to come out as a free-flowing butterfly. So here's the lava, the cocoon, where the butterfly was like covering himself up, getting ready for the next phase of your life. So you're definitely getting ready for the next phase of your life. And you will do this with a lot of grace and a lot of beauty. Because this is divinely guided. You can see the light coming in from the universe, and there's light here. So there's going to be justice. So whoever hurt you in the past, justice will be served, and that energy will break you free from them and their hold. Perhaps you can write a prayer asking the universe to help you process this. Perhaps it's not someone here on earth that will help you. Perhaps your ancestors. If your parents did pass, you can write to them or talk to them, or you pray to them. And then you will find that later, because it's time for you. Can you see the time on this tree? So this to me is like the tree, the eternal tree of life. So here you are, and you can see there's a few characters. Here's an angel, there's a duck, I think there's a bird, a seagull, and that looks like, no, that's a goose, and that's a little duck. So here you are, dancing up a storm, feeling completely free. And if you look at this angel here, she's kind of got our backs to us, whereas this one here is ready to face the music. She's ready to go on her path. So you will have divine guidance to find the right path. Wasn't it interesting? The 1 + 3 = 4, and you got 4 here as well. So maybe this decision you'll be able to make within 4 days, 4 weeks, or 4 months. Hopefully not 4 years, but the process is the same. This is divinely guided. Perhaps in the autumn, if you look at the trees here, the leaves, they're all burnt orange. Perhaps in the autumn, and you can see this fairy is so excited and almost dancing. Everybody's like in flight, in motion. They're not stagnant. So you will make a decision, an important decision to set you free, to put you on that road. The sacred pool, had it been this way, you would have been enjoying the decision and the process because you've already accomplished it. It's there for you to take. It's there for you to come into your life, but you're not seeing it yet. As you can see, these people are looking away. The llama is still looking away as well, but the monkey and the owl know what your decision should be. He may not tell you because he's monkeying around, but this owl will guide you to the right decision because they are wise. It is wise. This will be very emotional, but there's a lot of light and energy. There's a lot of light in your reading. There's a burst of energy here, here, here. Even though the first few cards are a little dark, you said it was a little dark, but there's still some light shining on her. There's light shining on the builder. Okay. So pile number 2, don't give up on yourself. You're going to make the right decision. Maybe you can leave in the comments what you're facing. What kind of decisions are you being confronted? Was it a parent that wasn't paying attention? to you is not there to help you anymore, and you're looking for guidance. Okay, so let's see. So this is the final energy that was in your life. So it seemed with this card again, it kind of repeats that there was a woman or a female energy that wasn't there to support you. She withheld, or this female energy withheld its love and affection for you that you craved so much. Because there was some sort of deception there going on. They were probably too afraid to love you or didn't love themselves. And in doing so, you blocked yourself. If you look at it right side up, she has this big butterfly on her forehead, this big red heart with many little hearts around. So you're someone definitely with a lot of love to give, and you want to share your love. And you're willing to change, but you're stuck. 4/4 is very angel number, very, very spiritually guided. And there's also a heart on her arm bracelet there. So someone's captivated your heart and they're withholding the love from you, or you're the one who's withholding love to go forward. But you need to take action. You need to move forward. You need to become that white horse. Go after your dreams. But be careful. There might be people who might want to take advantage of you. Maybe this energy is also from your past. Maybe it was a family member that took advantage of you and you're afraid now to make a next decision. Perhaps a wife or a sister hurt you. There was deception. Or be careful, might be coming up. Watch your money. So whatever you're doing and you're walking towards this important decision, make sure you do your research to find the justice. Perhaps there's a problem in a divorce here. It's a message I'm hearing now. It's not for everybody. I'm hearing now that there might be a female out there. So you may be a male, and this female could be harnessing this male energy. She might be coming after your money, and she's withholding love so she can get money. So divine justice will come your way. So whoever this person is, be very careful. You have the option right now to walk away, and you're not. For whatever reason, you're stuck. You may see, had it been this way, by walking away from this relationship, you would encourage yourself to find new change and harmony. The gate is not closed, so you can always come back. And for whatever reason, you're having a hard time, and that's why you're here, and this is what this reading is all about. You're having a hard time walking away from this situation. Perhaps this is your wife or your spouse, and you don't want to break up the family. You're afraid what happens if you leave your partner, because this is what happened when your parents broke up, that you felt abandoned and alone and not loved by the parent that walked away. Something will come in, to be careful. A swift energy is going to come in. This person might try to sneak into your life again. Here's a dove at the top. I'd be careful right now in opening myself up to too many people, or the people in your life, to be a little distant and analyze things before you take action. And this is what you're doing. But in time, you will get the message you need. So in closing the reading, what I'd like to do is perhaps find a card from the Chakra Insight Oracle to see if there is an additional guidance, to see where you might be blocked. Perhaps you're blocking something from your root chakra to prevent you from moving forward, because you're afraid of being deceived again, because this parent that deceived you broke your heart so much you're afraid now what to do next. You're not confident in yourself. Okay, so let's see if there's any final guidance for you. Sometimes it takes a little while for that card to fall. So pile number 2, I'm really sorry to hear you've been going through such a difficult time. I'm really sorry. We all go through difficult times. Moments are harder than others. Here we go. You're being guided to trust your intuition. Isn't that beautiful? Trust your intuition. Trust your insight, awareness, and you'll find guidance. And you can see this energy flowing from her crown chakra. So perhaps you can put like an amethyst or lapis lazuli on your forehead. Any crystal that's in the purple color. And it's funny, I was guided to pull out another card. So to trust your intuition, to know what you're doing is right. Follow your gut instincts. Be strong. You can do this. If you feel this person's about to deceive you, or if there's something going on with a partnership or a relationship or an opportunity that sounds too good to be true, to buy a building, to start a school, whatever the case may be that applies in your life, be very careful. Listen to your gut feeling and your intuition. So both times you're being told to trust yourself for guidance and knowing what to do next. And then you will find your way. You will find the direction you're looking for, the right decision. So be careful. So isn't someone monkeying around and pulling your strings? But look for the wisdom within you, because it's not too far away that can help guide you. So this is the end of your reading, pile number 2. I hope this resonated. Perhaps you'd like to maybe share some of the information that's impacting you right now. I would appreciate that. I would love to have them in the comments. This way I can see if there's any guidance I've given you that is helpful. But if you'd like a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me. My information is in the description below. Although I do oracle card readings, I'm also a life coach. So I don't just read your cards. I take you from where we are, from the point of reading your cards, and I will help you navigate in your life to aspire to more love, prosperity, and health. So thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you again with love and light. Have a great day, and hope to see you soon. Thank you. Okay, for those who picked pile number 3, this card reading is for you. And I have to say, I love, 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 love this card, because I love to travel. I love to go to beaches. I love to walk on the sand, and I love being in the Caribbean, and this water reminds me of being in the Caribbean or in Greece or in Italy. So it's just beautiful, and to see this stork, and there's a message coming for you. It's funny, he's got binoculars that he can look forward to, although his eyes seem to be covered. He's got something on his eyes, a bandana, but yet he's got this thing to look forward into the future. And in the bottle, there's actually a telephone. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little telephone there. So there's a message coming in very soon. And I paired it with this crystal because I thought the colors kind of went with it very well. And the malachite is this dark green crystal. And it's a general crystal that helps you cleanse yourselves very spiritually. And I saw a lot of the water, and I was just drawn to this crystal. And let's see, it's almost a sea color water as well, seaweed color, actually black and dark green. So let's see what the message is for you. There's definitely a divine message. And I was drawn to the 1-5, which reduces to 6. Maybe there's an issue here with a family or a situation with a family. So there's definitely a message for you. Okay, so let's see, let's begin. So for those who picked pile number 3, I'm sorry. It seems, okay, let me just put these cards out first. From your past life. So the message I'm getting, like the message from the bottle, is that you're someone with deep wisdom. You are someone who's connected to Mother Nature. So you may be a shaman, you may be someone who loves to be outdoors, you can be someone who grounds themselves, you're someone who hugs a tree, which I do many times. I actually give some of my trees names, so it makes it a little more personal. And also you resonate with Mother Nature and Earth and Gaia because you actually get information and downloads much quicker. This happens with me. That's why I love going for bike rides or walks in the park. I'll go for a bike ride. I'll get off my bike. I'll take off my running shoes, and I try to close my eyes, even if it's for a minute, and to find some peace and calmness. And this really happens often when I just ground my feet and I just listen and I close my eyes. So you may have been a tree in a previous life. That's something else I'm hearing. Or you're connected to the tree's spirits. So they give you a lot of ancient wisdom and knowledge, because trees, as you know, they talk to each other through the root system, and they also talk to each other through the leaves, and they kind of dance in the wind. They share their energies. And if you look at the different trees, you can see that traditionally trees do not block each other's sunlight. They kind of grow around each other to share the light and the energy force from the sun. So you're definitely somebody who's got a lot of wisdom. And you've come into this world. You probably lived during the Greco-Roman times when the Greeks and the Romans were very powerful on earth, going back 2,000 or 3,000 years. And you had a significant role there. You could have been a priest or someone that was frequently consulted because of your wisdom. You could have been a priest, you could have been a doctor, you could have been a healer, you could have been a tarot reader, you were an energy healer, you could have worked with the herbs as medicine. And something very important, you see both these cards show this divine light coming down. So there's something very important you have to share. You're very wise, you're being guided. The light has come down to you, and it's time for you to share whatever you've learned, important lessons in your life. And so you're the messenger. Oh, I see. So you're actually the one who's going to be giving out the message. You're the message in the bottle. You're the genie that's come here to share your knowledge and your wisdom. Maybe you are someone who has a big following on social media. Maybe people call you for information. Maybe you're a therapist. You're a coach like me. You guide people. You are someone with tremendous wisdom who goes out and help people. Maybe you're going to send emails to people. You may have an e-newsletter. You may be on a YouTube channel. You are someone who's divinely guided from the universe, who gets their energy from the universe very easily when they're outside in the sunlight. So make sure you're outside as much as you can, because the more you're out there, the more information you'll be getting from the universe. The sun will the central sun will send us lots of information, will help you. And unicorns are magical and wise, and this one is white, so it's beautiful, pure energy coming in. So perhaps you're someone who can be a teacher, so you can give lessons. You can help others. So being a teacher can mean a coach, a mentor, a guide, a therapist, an actual teacher in school. So you are someone who's very wise. You can be an orator, you're a gifted speaker. So you're someone who's able to share important messages and give people their blessings. In giving the lessons they need to learn, they have blessings because they grow from those teaching. So it's time for you to go out and do this, because in your previous life, this is what you did. You could have been a prophet. Maybe you're someone who loves to talk about the universe or God, philosophy, music, spirituality, and you are able to share this with others because you are divinely guided with a lot of wisdom and knowledge and education to save this information and share it with people. It's time for you to shine. Literally shine, because you are the message in the bottle. Wow, I'm impressed, pile number 3. I'd love to get to know you. Love to chat. Maybe we can share some stories. Maybe in this life you are Greek or Italian, or you live in the Mediterranean countries like Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece, Turkey, Algeria, and Northern Africa. Beautiful. Okay, so what is your life purpose? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 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 Pile number 3. This is like, wow. Pretty much everything that I just finished saying. I'm sorry. It just, wow. So you are definitely someone gifted to be able to talk to Mother Nature. Not everybody is able, I mean, we can all talk to the grass and the trees and the flowers, but you can actually hear the messages. You can get downloads, or you can actually hear in the whistling, the rumbling, the swirling of the wind, you can get messages. You can probably be someone also to get the messages. So you can maybe also be someone who's a gifted gardener. You just love Mother Nature. You love flowers, and you love, maybe even have a store that sells flowers, or you grow flowers and you actually sell them. Maybe you have a greenhouse. So you're definitely gifted with Mother Nature and with your wisdom. Isn't that incredible? You are encouraged to take charge of the situation you're in now, because you are here to share as a counselor. Remember, I just said that earlier. You could be a psychologist, a therapist, a doctor, a teacher. So you are excellent at giving people advice. And in a past life, you could see the armor. And probably this is when you got the armor. They kind of look around that time frame. And you're being crowned for your wisdom. If you can see that for your leadership role, what you're here to do to inspire others, you're being encouraged to start this process because you have a lot of wisdom to share. Don't be afraid. You see, she's looking up to the sky, looking up to the trees. Look, she's covered with all this greenery around her. She's in Mother Nature. So you're being encouraged to take charge of your life. You have someone who has a lot of wisdom. As you can see, the cards, they cross each other, and you can counsel people. And perhaps the reason you're so good at giving these messages is because you help counsel yourself. You work through this scenarios yourselves. You had issues as you were growing up, so you grew the little you healed the little you, so now you can share this with others. And you connect with others using books. So either you are able to write books, or you like to read books, or you do a lot of reading or writing, maybe even today's version of books like the internet, or you might even actually have an ebook you're looking at, working on writing, that will offer some counseling to others. Beautiful angel in this beautiful green dress. And the green symbolizes your heart chakra. So whatever you're going to do is going to come from the heart. It's going to come from the heart. And that's why we have the green. You are very heart-centered. That would also explain the green trees, the flowers, the greenery around everywhere, the green dress. You are a heart-centered person. And with the blue tips, who is a gifted orator, because the blue tips represents your throat chakra. So you are heart-centered and are able to communicate. This is what's going to make you an excellent counselor and a fantastic leader, because you have the wisdom coming from the universe down to you. So it's time for you to study harder, find more information that can help support you to ignite your next phase of your life. Perhaps it's time to go back to school. It may not necessarily have to be a formal education for 3 years. Maybe it does. Perhaps you can find opportunities and inspirations to help yourself. So perhaps you need some counseling right now. Whatever the situation, you're definitely guided with your heart and your throat chakra to share your wisdom, because it's time. This is time for you to share your lessons and the blessings you've had in the previous life or in this life prior to this reading, to share this energy with everybody else. Wow, I'm so proud of you, pile number 3. What a beautiful message for you. So when that phone rings or that email comes in for you because you got accepted at that university you applied for, that CJEP or high school, wherever you are, or that job opportunity, it's going to be good news. Good news. Okay, so the next cards are more aligned strategic decisions, and it seems that you're feeling You were feeling stuck, but you're not stuck anymore, because something is going to come into you and push you, because it's time for you to move forward, time for you to take charge of your life, time for you to apply for that university, time for you to apply for that seminar, that course that's going to give you that certification to push you forward, to bring you to that next level. You may have been feeling stuck because you're indecisive, but maybe you'll get that news and you got finally accepted at that university you wanted to go to. You finally got perhaps that diploma so you can become the counselor. So you're waiting for that paper to come in or that message to come in, and here you go. There seems to have been a very difficult decision for you. Or you're having a hard time deciding. There we go. I'm sorry. You're having a hard time deciding what to do next. And by not being able to decide what to do next, you're not reaping the rewards of this leadership that is waiting for you to take charge. It's time for you to move forward. Time to make a decision. Maybe you're confronted with two decisions that are not great decisions. Perhaps, see, had the card been right side up, you'd be here at the road, at the front of the road, approaching a fork, and both doors are glistening, both have sparks, and you may be faced with a decision of two opportunities that are not to your liking, but those two decisions are, if you don't make a decision, you're going nowhere. Remember, you need to make a decision. Maybe you're being offered a job or you're facing two job opportunities and you don't like either. But in not making a decision, you're not moving forward, you're stagnating. And in stagnating, you're not reaching your potential. So perhaps you may want to consult with someone or give me a call. I can maybe help guide you so that you can turn around, and I'm going to turn this around, so you make that smart decision, so that you start this new future for yourself, so that you will have this beautiful golden palace at the top of the cliff with this beautiful oak tree or other tree right by the ocean. Isn't that looking over the cliff? It's going to be an emotional time, but you are gifted. Connect with Mother Nature will help you make that decision. So let's see where your energy is resonating right now. Okay. Just push these up a little bit. Pile number 3. This is so exciting. Really excited for you. There's great things happening for you. Okay, so what we're seeing here is you're feeling all tied up. Isn't that funny? You're not only feeling all tied up, you're actually physically being tied. You feel tied up by the source of energy, Mother Nature, that is your best friend, as you can see in the other cards earlier. Here, this card here. So Mother Nature's here, ready to help you, and you're blocking yourself. You're physically tying yourself up. If you look at her, she looks like she's tied up, right? But the expression on her face doesn't depict someone in a lot of pain. It doesn't look like she's really, really, really stuck. But you see, by her looking this way, she only sees the darkness and she feels strangled. There's a lot of light around her. Her face is at peace. It's very calm. It's very serene. She's not looking at the beautiful light around her. I think there's butterflies there. That's a butterfly with hearts. So she's not seeing the butterfly with hearts, nor is she seeing the little fairy here, nor is she seeing this beautiful rose behind her. She's in that rose bush, and these are the vines that are strangling her. All she really needs to do, it looks like she can easily pop this open. All she needs to do is reach out to Mother Nature and ask for guidance. And in doing so, isn't it amazing? There's going to be a wreath. Twice do we see a wreath. A wreath of victory. So you see, again, Mother Nature, the angels here have a wreath to put on your head because of all the great work you've done and you will be doing in this lifetime, because you have succeeded and you have accomplished your life purpose in reaching out to others. You will be divinely gifted and guided and rewarded. So remove any mask and open your eyes to the possibilities and read those books. And here we go again. And this book here, you see she's got a book in her hands as well. Isn't that interesting? Two women. And she's got a green dress on again. So look within your heart. Or you may want to seek the counseling of a woman who can help guide you and inspire you so you can be the change that you're looking for. Again, green dress, a lot of green around her. So it seems you're being blocked by the second chakra, the sacral chakra. You're blocked. You're blocking yourself in your prosperity. You're blocking yourself in getting the guidance you need. You're blocking yourself to moving forward. So I would suggest you getting some yellow crystals that can help you unblock, because the universe is here trying to talk to you. Because usually the first card that comes out in any reading is really very important and very instrumental. So you're being guided. Go to Mother Nature. Go into the sun. Eat yellow fruits and vegetables that can help you. Maybe you might have some digestive issues because you're so nervous about taking the next steps, making this very important decision. Look to a female for guidance because you have it within you, or someone who has very feminine energies. But the thinking woman would traditionally mean go speak to a woman who can help you. So what I'll do now is I'm going to use my Chakra Insight Oracle card deck for additional inspiration and guidance to see if there's something else that can be helping you here. So let's see. This is a very, very nice message. It's very gentle. It's very soft. I don't feel any aggressions. I find there's like a spiritual teaching here that's going on. There's a lot of learning. Mother Nature is here guiding you with the flowers and the trees and the vines. But you're to go out and study a little bit more because you're a gifted leader, orator to help. Perhaps you need help first, but then you can turn around and help others to be the messenger. To be the messenger. Okay, pile number 3. Let's see. One last card for final advice. One last card for final advice. Okay, we got 2. Relationships and your sacral chakra. Isn't that amazing? Both times. Your sacral chakra is blocked. And it's impacting, see, the relationships, and sacral chakra is the same here. You're afraid of intimacy. You're afraid of being free. You're afraid of accepting yourself, and you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself in relationships. Perhaps you had difficult relationships. And if you can see these 2 arms, they're the same. Her hands, they're both like coming together and not receptive. Because if she was receptive to anything coming towards her from the universe, her hands would be like this. Both times she's closed herself up. You're afraid, so there's a definite blockage in the sacral chakra. I went to get my crystal book, and there were 2 stones that popped out. It was amazing, and I thought I'd bring them to you. And perhaps these crystals are 2 that you can go out and buy either Etsy or in your esoteric store in your neighborhood to give you your empowerment to lead you to success. So I'm going to recommend you perhaps get the orpiment or the sunstone, and both of them would work with you in your foundation, your sacral, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, to give you the confidence you need to build the relationships you need to move forward in life. And this crystal, the malachite, also will help bless all energy fields that might be blocked in your sphere right now, so that you can untie yourself, develop strong intimacy and successful relationship that will give you self-love, self-fulfillment, and that you can prosper and move forward. with empowerment, because when you love yourself more, you accept yourself more, you become empowered. And when you are empowered, you come across as more self-confident and more self-assured. And by doing the proper research and studying, you can go out and help other people because you have a message to share to the universe. And this message is to help love each other better, to support one another better, and you'd make an amazing counselor. So I hope this reading resonated with you. Please like and subscribe to help my channel grow. And if you'd like a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me. My information is in the description below. But if you'd like, it's at izita.ca. So don't forget, I read oracle cards and angel cards, but I also am a life coach. So after doing a reading like this, I would help you and coach you and perhaps become this counselor that you need to help you navigate the waters and move you forward in the right direction, to empower you so you can find the success that you're looking for in this life. So with grace and gratitude, thank you for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.